Hey guys, welcome back to another Friday episode of the Average Money Podcast, where Brad and I answer your questions from the voicemails you send in to us. We give you your thoughts, whatever it may be, financially related, lifestyle related. We don't care. We're the experts here, people. No, I'm just kidding. We're not experts. But for real, guys, we do appreciate every single one of you that are sending in the voicemails because not only does it give us a chance to connect with the listeners, but it really gives us some good content ideas that Brad and I really, we don't think about because we know there's a lot of listeners out there who may have certain questions pertaining to where they're at in life. So it just helps out us to be able to express Brad and I's opinion. Either way, we may agree or not agree, whatever it may be. But we haven't listened to this voicemail yet. So Brad and I have no idea what this question is about. We just picked one at randomly. We said, let's just do a kind of off the wall where he doesn't get to listen to it. I don't get to listen to it. This is a true, what comes to the top of our head answer type of voicemail episode tonight. But if you guys are new here, my name is JJ, and as always, I have joining me tonight my co-host of the Average Money Podcast, the Mr. Physics teacher himself from New York, Brad Finn. How you doing, buddy?
I am a big fan of physics, I'm not going to lie. And we definitely are completely freestyling this one. So I guess if you're listening to it, it was a really good question. So there's at least that. But yeah, no, most of the time we listen to them and then during the week and then when we sit down to record, I let you pull out of a hat and kind of like trick me. So I've heard it, but don't have anything to prepare. Like, let's just, we were looking through and we're like, oh, we haven't listened to this one yet. And like, let's cold call it. Epicod, we're doing it live. So roll tape, JJ.
All right, here is tonight's voicemail episode.
Hey guys, just want to tell you guys that you guys have a great podcast and thank you for what you guys do on YouTube. My question is, do you guys have multiple savings accounts or do you guys just keep it simple with one checking and one savings account? I ask because I recently tried to go get a mortgage and they asked for my bank statements and I had to print all of them that I had. And I just know there's a simpler way of doing this, and I just wanted to get your guys' take on it. Thank you, and have a great day.
I'm so glad this question popped up.
We just talked about this a couple weeks ago, hoping that somebody would leave this voicemail.
So this is one thing I love about the voicemail episodes is I do know already Brad and I think a little differently on this, so we'll give our own insights. Brad, I want to hear your thoughts first.
I have multiple savings accounts. I use Capital One, and I'll tell you, I'll be honest with the Capital One. I made videos about it in the past, like 2 years ago in the past. And when I first got into it, they had a great referral program, and there was a branch local to me. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll try it. I'll get a couple referrals. And one of the great things I did see about it is that you could have multiple savings accounts under one login. And during the time, I was listening to Dave Ramsey with his sinking funds and, separating all of your savings for specific things. And the thought of like logging into multiple places, that would have just been brutal. So I was like, I'll try it. Well, sometimes you're going to try things in life and then you're going to realize, wow, that was really worth it. And also at the time, this was during the time where banks were fighting for interest. Who's going to be the best interest? I think it got up in the times where it was like almost 3% on like a money market account. Capital One was up there. So I was like, okay, I'm going to put my money into there for those two reasons. Since then, the interest rates have dove down, but I still use Capital One, and I love it. And they got rid of their referral program, so I'm not even speaking anymore from referrals. I love the fact that I have my main inbox, my checking account, and it's not with Capital One. It's with Chase. I'm a Chase banker, so my inbox is there. The only thing I have is a Capital One. I think they were just renamed. I think it's like now it's the 360 money market account savings. And inside that one login, I have probably 15 different quote sinking funds. I have everything from Christmas that I put $25 a month in. I have the summer fund because we're teachers and we know we spend a little more. We go out to more margarita bars so we save money for that. Weddings, we're at that age where our friends are getting married. We don't know when, we don't know who, but let's just throw some money in a wedding fund because we're probably going to go to a couple weddings. We got kids' birthdays. We got property taxes because I'm not going to let the government make money off of my tax. I'm going to collect that. No escrow accounts, no nothing. I'm making the money. So I have one for that. I have other taxes for my small businesses. I have in case crap happens. Like I have all of these different things, and I just love it. Now, as far as like emergency funds in general, I think that's a little different than what he said, but I have multiple savings accounts. I love it. My wife hates the fact that when we look at our checking account, every single paycheck, there's like 25 different transfers right after that. And she's like, you just blow up our statement. Like, why do you make our statement 175 pages? Because that's exactly how I have my sinking funds. I know that I'm going to get paid every Friday. And the instant I get paid, it just shoots into all these different sinking funds. That's it. And the fact that it's one login, now I don't know if other banks are I'm not saying that Capital One is the only one that does this one login, multiple savings accounts, but it's so simple too. Like if you have a sinking fund or you have two and you want to add one, it's like add account. And a thing pops up is like, is this you? And you're like, yes. It autofills all your information, boom, and you're approved. And it's like right there and you get to rename it. It happens that fast. It's almost like addicting. Like I was first like, well, maybe I can make a beer fund, sinking fund. Like I was like trying to come up with these different ways I could send my money to all different places. And I will say as well that I used to have like a lump sum savings account. And for me personally, I wasn't disciplined enough to set those things aside. I always just saw it as one big lump sum of money. And as much as I wanted to tell myself I could mentally distribute that to the right places, nah.
So, as far as answering the question for me, I really think either works, to be honest. Like, if you're a more guy that kind of likes to have everything separated and organized so you can see exactly how much you have in there, then maybe that's the best thing to do. And then whenever you do go happen to buy a property, you just have to, it may be a little bit more work to get through. But as far as what I do, I'm more of the lump sum guy. But I also like to consider myself like somewhat of a minimalist. And when I think of that also, I'm pretty like OCD. So when I have like too many accounts open or I have something I'm not using or if I have something around the house that sits more than 3 months, I don't like having it in the house. I want to get rid of it. So I really like just having one single savings account that I can kind of look at and say, okay, I'm at this right now. Maybe I want to bump it up to here, or feel safe enough to let it go down to this amount, but I have this range that I know I always want to see in this savings account. That's really what's worked for me is I know I have this lump sum for when a wedding pops up. I know I have this lump sum for when my transmission goes out. I got this lump sum in here in case I lose my job and I have to live off this amount of cash for the next 6 months or 12 months of our lives. Whatever it is, I know I'm set. Me just having the money sitting in one spot, not having the different accounts to move money to and not have to worry about it, just knowing that it's there. That's kind of my thought process on it. I'm not saying it's right, not saying it's wrong. That's just what works for my wife and I.
So if you logged into my Capital One, that would stress you out.
I would be stressed as hell, Brad.
Just seeing all of those freaking accounts. I have so many you have to scroll. I don't know how many they allow, but I've pushed the limits.
Oh.
Like
I probably have for a second.
I probably have 15 to 20 savings accounts.
It's a lot.
Probably do.
But it works for you.
And I could see how needing to print those all out to show proof of funds. Like I never thought of it like that. Like that, yes, that would be annoying AF. I mean, nowadays, like Dropbox and things, it is pretty easy just to download something, put it all in one Dropbox and send it. But that proof of funds issue, that'd be annoying. But for me, I love that. It's like, I get the bill in the mail. It's like, oh, property taxes due. Boop, going to Capital One, transfer money. Boop, bills paid. Back to zero. Start over. Like, I just like that so much. And also, too, as a spender, a natural spender, I'll take, for example, the Christmas one. It's so easy to be like, I have some money. I'm going to get some Christmas. And you don't track everything. And you're like, and then you look back at Christmas. You're like, oh, my God, I spent so much more on Christmas. That was us. So now it's like, we have our account that has just Christmas money in it. And every time we buy something, that account depletes. And there's been times where it's got to like the 20th of December and we needed to spend is like, like, like I'm not saying like we needed 70 and there was $66 in there. We didn't get it. But what I'm saying is it helped us not allow for certain things like that to get away from us. Or I am a habitual overpayer at weddings. So if you ever want a good check at a wedding, I'm from New York. Like if a couple's not leaving 275, they don't even like you. So it's like if you can invite me to the wedding, but we have a wedding fund because that's what Tara was like, dude, like you can't give them that much. And I'm like, there was this one time where we were 14 and we were in the mud and my boot came off and he dug for that boot. He dug and I was never going to get that boot back. I owe that guy my boot. I'm giving him $500 for his wedding. She's like, you haven't even talked to him in 2 years. And the last time you did, you didn't even like him that much. I'm like, he saved the boot. He saved the boot. I don't know. I digress. We're having a good time tonight.
We are having a good time tonight. No, I really think it really depends on just what type of person you are and what works for you. I mean, I don't think there's any right or wrong answer. It's if, you do have the struggle with the whole mortgage thing, if you got to show those proof of funds, but maybe that's just something you got to do if you like having those extra savings accounts that you can kind of push that money to save for whatever up your goal is. But guys, I mean, I want to say this. I love these Friday episodes, these voice.
I love them.
They're so fun because, I mean, I really feel like I get to connect with the listener. And maybe one time we'll have a voicemail come in and we'll try to schedule like the actual person who's leaving the voicemail to hop on the Zoom call with us.
Yeah.
To be in for the whole episode. I think that'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
I know. I would, because there's no like reply back.
Right.
It does show us an email, maybe, doesn't it? Doesn't it show us?
I'd have to check.
We should do that. Like, hey, you want to link in and just do this quick? Because even if we keep the voicemail and just watch their reaction while they do it, I'm not going to lie. There's a pretty good chance where we're getting so many of these that it might just become like a regular thing. Like this takes over and the hour long form boring content just gets sprinkled in. But what I keep seeing with these voicemails and these awesome trends that I'm just so stoked about is we're debating issues of efficiency, not success. Like this dude is like, man, I don't know if I should have a ton of savings accounts or just one, as opposed to I don't have any money. I'm living on the streets. I've just lost my kids. My wife. Like, everything's always like, should I invest or pay off my mortgage? Should I, regular stocks or VOO or VTI? Like, should I buy a duplex or a single family? It's, these just awesome stories of people winning with money, and I love that we can be an outlet. And I wish they had. I think we're blessed because we have each other to bounce this stuff off of.
Right.
And I hope that would be kind of cool to get somebody in and be able to join the conversation with us, because I don't think we're ever going to get to the point where we feel that we can do that. And
no.
The Discord too is another great place, guys. We are in there. If you have not been in the Discord, there's free chats in there, and then some people like to buy us a cup of coffee and give us $2. It's really up to you, and we appreciate the conversation in there. Is just, if you need more of an outlet, we're in there.
Join the Discord, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, guys. And we really do appreciate every single one of you that take the time out of your day to listen to the podcast. And it's still crazy to think about this, but every month the podcast is getting a little bigger. We get more of you listeners out there who are listening to Brad and I talk about who knows what. But no, it's pretty crazy. It's exciting to see where average money is leading. The great conversations we're having at the Discord, also the Facebook page. I mean, it's a lot of fun. I'm excited to see where this community grows. It's going to be fun to see what happens in the future.
And this is part of the reason why we had the voicemail, because we could have had you just guys email your questions in, but like we really do we want you to be able to be a part of this, and hearing your voices just makes it feel like you're in the room.
So true.
Dude, we are so lucky.
Yeah, it's a dream. It's a dream job that we don't get paid to do, but hey, it's fun.
We are getting paid. Our Patreon members are supporting the channel right now.
Boom.
I think we have six Patreons.
Wow.
And
It's crazy, man.
so we are funded. We're not fully funded.
I like that. I like that a lot.
We are funded.
But no, guys, we really do appreciate every single one of you who do take the time out of your day. If you guys do want to leave us a voicemail, make sure you click that link down in the show notes. Leave your voicemail, leave your question, whatever it may be. Brad and I are here to answer and help you in the times of need. But guys, seriously, as always, thank you all so much for listening. Until the next one, you all take care.